What a dramatic twist, as always, with President Trump. Nothing is straightforward, and he shows himself yet again to be a bit of a showman with this drive around outside to wave to supporters. But what does this really mean, do you think, for the voting intentions of the American public?
Well, I mean, look, Jeff, we all know that we're in, as everybody says, uncharted waters here, but it is very hard to see how any of this helps Trump in terms of the election. And I think that probably explains the joyride yesterday that he took, and probably overriding his doctors. Look, the guy has spent the last 6 to 7 months doing everything he can to move the national conversation away from the pandemic and his mismanagement of the crisis. And now he is exhibit A for the argument in favor of taking this seriously. And I think whatever empathy some voters feel for him, others will likely view this as simply a reminder of how careless and reckless the White House has been throughout the pandemic. You know, there was another poll, in addition to the one that Steve mentioned, a Reuters poll over the weekend that was taken after Trump announced on Twitter that he had COVID, that indicates that nearly 2/3 of those polled think Trump could have done more to avoid the virus, including 50% of Republicans. So my sense is he trails Biden badly in the polls. The overwhelming majority of voters have been telling pollsters their minds are made up. It's possible that some voters will have a kumbaya moment and rally around the ailing president. But as I say down in Texas, I wouldn't bet the ranch on it.
What about the stimulus, Peter? There is always the possibility here that this galvanizes both sides to an announcement on the stimulus, and Trump can take some credit for that, arguing that his illness has increased pressure on the Democrats to come up with a very rapid agreement on the stimulus plan. Will that touch the sides as far as you're concerned?
Yeah, I actually think that's his best play right now. The best play for the White House is getting the stimulus package that the House passed last week on his desk to sign. They can video it and so forth. Look, this is the economy is the one and only policy area where Trump consistently outperforms Biden in the polls, even if last Friday's lackluster jobs report underscores how fragile the economic recovery is. It will mean, I think, if he goes down this path this week, it will mean caving into Pelosi's demands, but it will also allow him to say that even while he's convalescing, he is on the job for the American people. There will be resistance from some Senate Republicans if he moves in this direction, but I think at the end of the day, they realize if he loses badly on November 3rd, he could take a lot of key Republican seats with him.